just gonna set that up right there. And I'm just gonna set this up right here. And I forget if I need to go a little bit. I think yeah, that's about right. I'm just gonna set this up right here. And I'm just gonna set this up right here. September song. Do you remember me? We were 15. Anya is ready to go too. Great. I love this. This is light in the time of dark. I don't like how that's set up right there, so let's shift a little bit and hope that, nope, don't like how that one's set up. All right, so we're gonna shift both of those here for this. Took an evidence pick. Okay, all right, cool. Okay, so let me get my little guy up here. So today, again, body weight stuff. All we're gonna do today is we're gonna go through a warm up. It's gonna be relatively simple warm up, and then we're actually going to get into what you guys would consider the workout. The warm up is, let me just make sure I get up on here. I'm gonna get up on here real quick. The warm up is something that I think you're not gonna be familiar with why you're doing it. And it's probably something that you don't do on a regular basis. All my Vegas United guys, what's up? So here's the deal. The warm up, first, I want you to do, pick up one leg, right? So we talk about being strong, or we talk about having control of our bodies. And so when I say pick up one leg, how long can each of you guys do that for? Some of you guys, it's a very long time. Some of you other guys, this is already a challenge. So now what I want you to do with this leg up, is I want you to rotate your ankle around in a circle as high as it can go, as far that way as it can go, as far down as it can go, and then as far out as it can go. Not your leg, but your ankle joint. My leg doesn't move right now. Right? I'm gonna go high, in, down, out, without turning my knee out, right? Without turning my leg out, right? So I'm just gonna make big circles each time. Right, now I want you to go the other way. Slowly. Now, what you'll notice, more than likely, is this leg is now becoming an issue for you. Right? Maybe your calf is burning a little bit. Maybe it's your foot. Because we don't really have as much control as we think we do. Right? Tommy G! T-Guns, what up, son? Okay, so now we're gonna do it on the other side. Right, so lift your left leg up. Big old circles. This side's harder. This is my Achilles side. Big old circles with that ankle joint. All right, and don't do it with your foot. Make your ankle rotate. I don't know if you can hear that far away, but my ankle clicks right there. Every time. Right, other way. And this is really challenging for me because I don't own the control still after my surgery was May. I still don't own control even going out like this. This is burning. All right, next. Feet together. I want you to make little baby circles with your knees. And this seems weird, right? It seems odd, it doesn't seem like an exercise, but what we're doing is going joint by joint and lubricating each joint segment, right? Now, we can get into a big proper discussion of are we segmented or are we connected? I think that's another level, another time. All right. So if you didn't change directions, change directions. I'll go back the other way. All right, so I just want to get through my knees. Right, challenge where they go. Right, again here, to actually make this movement happen, you're still using your muscles. Next one, hips. Right, so I'm gonna go here. This one's gonna look funny. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go out, back, around, forward. So in order to do this right, you have to contract your abs, or else you will collapse. Out. I'm gonna do a couple more this way. And make sure you hit every direction. You'll notice if we do this well, your hamstrings will come into play, abs will come into play, lower back will come into play. And just for the fun of it, I'm gonna get a couple rotations in this way. All right, you can do that as well. All right, next, we go up, so ankles, knees, hips. What's next? Shoulders. All right, so I'm gonna do circles this way. Let's do 10. So as high and down as far. High, down. All right, get them as far away from your ears, get them as close to your ears, and back down. Right? A lot of times, we don't visit switch directions. We don't visit these ranges of motion. So, those of you guys who play sport, those of you guys who have played a sport consistently, if you don't play that sport for a very long time, and then you go try and play that sport again, how coordinated are you? How good are you at that sport? My brother was a different animal, so he could take 6 months off of basketball and then just go in between other people's legs and dribble through and get a layup. But that's different. We're not all like that. Okay, Nate, of course. All right, so next one. Still on shoulders because they move a lot of different ways. Right? So the next one we're going to do, we're just going to start with our palms up. We're going to rotate to get palms up the other way without scrunching our shoulders up to our ears here. All right, so rotate, rotate. So try and go as far as you can this way without bending your elbows, as far as you can that way without scrunching up the shoulders. And what we got next? Okay, blah, 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 blah. Last one here. All right, we're just gonna go open, close. Open, close the other way. Open, close. So it's like seal jacks, but you don't jump. All right, one more. This guy. All right, now. So we're gonna go down, back, chin to chest, head to back. Chin touches. Try to get the back of your head to touch your neck. Now, shoulder to ear, shoulder to ear. Those of you guys like me who might wake up and have stiff necks because maybe your dog is sleeping on your head all night long and he weighs 115 pounds. This is wonderful. Now, again, my neck rotates, right? So I'm not necessarily just gonna go side to side, up and down, right? Maybe I can go that way, right? Down this way, back that way. The degrees of freedom are a little bit limited, but it's another angle of stretch, right? So I'm getting back here into my trap as well. Right, now go the other way. And this isn't gonna seem like a warm up to a lot of people, but what you're doing is promoting movement within the joints, you're promoting movement within the musculature, you're raising your body temperature even though it doesn't seem like a lot of work, right? These are things you can do all the time, right? We didn't need a lot of room to do any of that. And it's something that's gonna be great for your body. So if you're at work a lot, sitting at a desk, most of us aren't at work right now. Get up, do those stretches, do those rotations, do those things, promote fluid to move. All right, so next one we're gonna do, thoracic opener. So you're gonna get down on the ground. We're gonna take our left hand, put it into our ear, just like this. Put your right hand out in front of you just a little bit. Here, I'm gonna dip my elbow through my other arm and then open. I'm gonna do about 8 of those. I don't care what your feet are doing right now. I don't care where your toes are positioned right now. We're just trying to move that thoracic spine. Get it a little bit ready to rotate. I don't know if that's 8, but we're gonna pretend it is. All right, other side, hand out in front of you a little bit. Ooh, that side don't wanna do it. So really try to get through, try to get open. 6, I think. 7, I think. 8, I think. Yeah. All right, take your legs. This is gonna seem weird. All right, feet apart, knees apart. All you're gonna do, try to drop into this stretch, try to drop into that groin here. We're just gonna sit and then come up. And then sit into that and then come up. We'll do like 6 more. Boom. Probably gonna hurt your knees a little bit by the time you get done with this one, especially depending on the surface you're on. I don't know how many that is. We'll get 1 more. Yee. All right. Okay, calf pumps. So hands on the ground. It's kind of like what we did last night at the end. So short push-up position, just like this. My feet, I'm gonna pump one calf down and up. Right, trying to push that heel into the ground as I pull that opposite leg up. I promise I'm gonna vacuum all this dog hair up. It's gonna be a clean operation over here. Real clean operation over here. Right, foot position is key in all this stuff, right? We kind of discount the feet, and they're a really important part of this whole operation since they're a lot of times the only thing touching the ground. All right, calf pumps, arm crosses, boxer bounce. Okay, all we're gonna do, feet apart, we're just gonna put weight on one leg, put weight on the other leg. So, just here, right? So kind of like running in place, but we're just kind of shifting. Right, shifting front to back. We'll go about 15 seconds this way. All right, maybe have one foot in front of the other right now. All right, shifting forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Now flip it. Now have the other foot forward, the other foot back. This is pretty easy, pretty simple. All right, legs united. You're gonna like this one coming up here. All right, take your hands, take your calf, start smacking crap out of it. I almost said the bad word. Around the ankle joint, around the knee joint. Go up above the knee, behind into the hamstring. All right, make it sting a little bit. Go into the butt cheek, into the hip joint. Respect your privates. All right, do something for me. Do one squat. You guys might find that that side feels pretty good. This side, not quite yet. We're gonna get that. All right, left side. Boom, 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 boom. I'm spanking my baby calf. Oh, that's such a cute little guy. He's got a little muscle in there. It's coming. It's coming. This seems silly, but you know what it does? Really gets you ready to go. Loosens up a lot of those joint capsules a bit. Creates some space for you. where there wasn't before. All right, squat again. Awesome, feels great. All right, you can do that up top too if you want. Maybe I'll get my shoulders in. Get my tennis elbow, strong elbow. All right, next one, Frankenstein. We're gonna swing that leg up, touch with the opposite hand. Boom. So when we do this, right, we're trying to swing a leg. We're not trying to touch a leg necessarily. We're trying to get that movement to work, not that movement, right? So I'm here, torso stays pretty tall, right? And I just swing my leg as high as I can, right? Keeping that torso tall, right? Maybe I don't have the ability to keep my knee bent if I get it high like that. So maybe you just go a little shorter, right? What your body allows you to do. All right, okay. So that's our little warm up here. I'm gonna explain how the rest of this goes, all right? Which one's a stripper move, Anya? All right, anyway, I'm gonna explain the rest of this. Did I just say explain? Okay, so how we're gonna do this, we have a few different exercises. There's a list of exercises. We have a round of 2 or 4, then a round of 4 or 8. I'll explain later. Then around, yes, I'm doing workouts every day at 11. 2 or 4. Listen, some of these exercises are gonna be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Other exercises are gonna be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, I believe. So if it's an exercise that moves very, very quick, it's gonna be one of those higher rep ranges. If it's one that moves slow, it's gonna be the lower rep range. So I need a drink. I need to get some of my rain in. It's horrible for you, but I want some because it tastes great right now. I just need some caffeine, that's all. All right, get a drink. We're gonna be on the floor for the first exercise. And I'll kind of explain them as we go. So this first round of 2, we'll just do, it won't take very long. So we'll just explain it, we'll do 2, we'll move on to the next exercise. All right, again, who's working out right now? I don't know if people are just watching or working out. Who's working out? Let me know if you have any questions on the way. Be like, hey, you can't, I can't hear you, so it doesn't matter. All right, first exercise. On the ground, I'm gonna switch these up. On the ground, flat. We do this in a warm up at TCTC. Oh, for those of you guys as well who are members, this is on, I'm gonna put them on Train Heroic as well. So you have easy access. Orlando was saying that he's gonna, put it down in the Facebook group, but I'll put these on Train Heroic so you can just access it like on your app if you want. All right. First exercise, 4-way dead bug. You're start on the ground. Arms, legs, boom, dead bug. Right? So I'm gonna move my opposite leg down with my opposite arm. So if my left leg goes down, my right arm is gonna go with it while the other 2 stay put, right? So there, I'm gonna try to touch and touch. Back, and the other side. This is a lot harder than you think it is because you start to screw up the cadence and coordination. And that side is way more difficult for me. All right, so there's 2. All right, first exercise, we're already done. Next one, deep squat stretch, real easy. Some of you guys might have to find something to hold. I will hold a trusty Viper, right? You may not have to use this, especially because we did a lot of warm-up stuff and you might be really good at squats right now. Hold on to here, hold on to the chair, hold on to the wall, don't care. Right? All you're gonna do is like force yourself into this deep squat and then push your knees out. and then come back. Boom. Into the deep squat. Knees out. Right? Watch your feet, because they're going to want to go out too. And then back up. All right, there's 2 of those. All right, next. Inchworm. Easy. It's basically a walk out with no push-up. So if you can keep your feet together to do this, legs straight, plant your hands on the ground, awesome. If you cannot get down here with your legs straight, maybe move your feet out. Maybe you can get down here like that. Maybe move your feet out just a little bit more. 2 options, right? You move your feet out, keep your legs straight until you can get down there. Or you can start here, bend your knees as much as you need to get your hands flat. Start to straighten your legs as you walk out. Right? Squeeze, pull the shoulders down, squeeze the butt. Walk back. When you have to bend your knees, you bend your knees. Stand back up. If you can do it just fine, boom. Shoulders back, butt squeezed. And we're already down to 3 exercises. All right, next one, dot drill. So this you're gonna have to be a little bit inventive. Pretend there are 5 dots on the floor. 1 that you're on, 1 in the middle, 1 over there, 1 over there, 1 over there. So it's like an X, right? All we're gonna do, I don't really care today what your pattern is, you're just gonna hit every dot, right? So I'm gonna go from this dot, to this dot, to this dot, to this dot, this dot, this dot, back to my dot. So that's 1 trip for me, right? Boom, 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 boom. That's 2 trips, right? I don't care your pattern when you go. And when we do get to the higher rep ranges, you're not gonna be counting anyway. We're just gonna do it for a while, so. And then the next one, fire hydrant. See, we're cruising. We are cruising right now. Back to the ground, quadruped position. That means hands and feet, right? I think. I don't know what that means really. All right, so there's a divot here. So I'm gonna point my toes underneath my shins. I'm gonna try to stay as tabletop as possible. I'm going to take my left leg and connect it to itself. So it's gonna look like that through this whole range of motion. Now, I'm gonna take my left leg, I'm gonna lift it up off the ground. I'm gonna pull my ankle and my knee out away from me as far as I can without rotating my torso. And back. Boom. Shoot. And back. Let's couple that side. I'll make it look like here. Maybe it's a better view from here. Alright, I'm bringing my foot with me. What you're gonna see a lot is that foot's gonna stay behind. Right? So you'll see from this side, what you'll see is a lot of people pull their knee out, but they won't bring their foot with them, and their foot will stay back towards their butt. Right? So it'll look like this. Right? Instead of that. Alright, that one's down 2. So we know what we're doing here. Right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more exercises. Alright. Knee to elbows. This one's going to be more challenging than you would think as well. So we're going to start up top. This is going to seem like a super aerobics move. Super aerobics move. I'm going to put my hands right behind my ears. I'm going to pull my knee up. I'm going to touch my knee with my opposite elbow. Boom, 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 boom. So I either have to drive my knee high or I have to crunch my upper body low. That's what we're getting there. All right, so there's that. Bear crawl. Tabletop position again. All right, but now our knees don't get to stay on the ground. All right? I'm going to keep my body low. Just like this, right? Not like this. Not like this. Right? I'm going to keep my body low. From here, what I'm going to do is move one arm and one leg back, the opposite arm and leg back. So right now, I'm going to move my right arm and left leg back a bit. And that's going to be my start. Now I'm going to move those forward to go. Then I'm going to move the other side forward to go. Now I'm moving back. Boom. Boom. That's 1. That's 2. So you notice when I move, it's not, or I'm moving my opposite sides together, and I'm staying low. Right? So that's that exercise. We got our 2 reps there. All right, next one. Lateral lunge, very easy. I'm gonna keep my feet pointed in front of me. I'm gonna side step. Once my foot lands, I'm gonna sit my hip back behind me. I'm not gonna continue to go that way. All right, so I'm gonna side step to the right, push my hip down and back. If my upper body comes in, that's okay, right? Because I'm trying to get that hip flexion anyway, right? Couple that way, go this way. Couple that way. Last exercise, find a line, side, hi Bruce, side to side hops. This one's 4. I don't know how many I did. All right, get over the line, don't jump on it. Okay, that's all the exercises. So gather yourself. I'm gonna call out the exercise. We're gonna do the exercise for 4 reps. This next round, 8 reps on that last guy. Up to you how you follow on this, because, yeah, that's the spider, I don't know. It's up to you how you follow on this. You can have at it right now and go at your own pace. Everything is gonna be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, right? So we're about to go with the reps of 4. If you want to jump ahead of me, go right ahead. If you want to stick with me, go ahead. If you want to do what you can do, also on you, right? Just remember the last exercise is double, right? So it's not 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's 4, whatever, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Got it? We good? Great. So I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna watch every so often to kind of make sure we're doing okay here. And then, yeah, that's it. We're gonna go to 10. We're gonna get out of here. All right? Take the rest when you feel like taking that rest. All right? All right, first move. Dead bug. Can anyone tell me what that is from? I'll do it again. $2. $2 for whoever gets it right. 2 virtual dollars. 2 economical dollars. A little squat. What was next? Inchworm. If you want to add a push-up here, go right ahead. It ain't my workout. It's yours. The important part about this is doing these things well, right? It's doing these things well. These numbers mean absolutely nothing if you're not doing the exercise well. The exercise is what's actually going to get you the results you want. Doing the exercise well, not doing the exercise for a certain amount of numbers, right? I can shoot, let's talk about basketball, all right, top drill. I can shoot I can shoot 500 jumpers a day. right? I shoot 500 jumpers a day. That's more than that guy shoots, or that guy shoots, or that guy shoots. Let's pretend I don't make any of them. Is that good? Is that useful for me? No. It's the same thing here. Gotcha, fire hydrant. All right, fire hydrant. You can also call it like dirty dog. Quadruped position again. Bring that ankle with you. All right, and don't bring your other hip with you. Don't bring your lower back with you. Just make your glute do the work. I think I gotta use that analogy more often. Knees to elbows. Because a lot of people don't understand that. They're so obsessed with numbers, they're not even doing the exercise well, and they're not doing themselves a favor, right? One of the keys on this guy, right? One of the keys on this guy, when I go here, I have limited range of motion, right? So I don't have that great thoracic mobility, right? So what I'm doing, I'm pulling this elbow in to get there. If you have the thoracic mobility to do it, rotate here to get there, not here, right? I don't have it, so I'm cheating it. So I should probably work on rotating that and going slower. Okay, bear crawl. All right, starting an offset position here. We've got 4 of them now. All right. It's 1. It's 2. It's 3. It's 4. Lateral lunge. Try to sit on your hip and not on your knee. I think I'm at 5, but whatever. Side to side hops, find the line. 8 of them. 6, 7, 8. Alright, so I'm done with that round. Next one is 6, blah, 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 blah. Alright, and someone on Facebook is like, where's our music? Because in the gym, I sing a lot for no reason to whatever music's on. And I thought about putting, what up, Max? What up, Max? I thought about putting headphones in, or just one, so I could hear music as I was going. And I forgot. So that's where our music is, sorry. All right, I'm gonna take a drink. Yes, so a lot of times with side lunges for people, we're just not really good at controlling movement. 11 o'clock every day, Mary Jo. 11 o'clock, Monday through Friday for sure. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do it on the weekends, but I'll do it on the weekends as well. A lot of times on that side lunge, we are not in control of our body on a lot of movements, so we just try to speed through it instead of working through it. Right? Work through that stickiness of that movement to get that movement done right. You will get much stronger because of it. Right? Much stronger because of it. It was Mike, man. I don't know who Mike is. All right, okay. All right, round whatever, 6. Reps of 6. Dead bug first. Here we go. See how that other arm wants to sink? For me. This should be a controlled lowering of everything, right? Not a fall, right? And then one of the things you might think about doing is pulling that leg that's in the air up higher. Right? That's going to give you a much more difficult stimulus. All right, if this is easy for you, not easy for me. I don't know how many that was. That's how many we get. Squat. Alright, pay attention to those feet. Alright, because that's where we start turning them out. And that's where we start getting all ugly in that squat position. Right, that's where it all starts to fall apart. I don't know how many that is. 6 now. Inchworm. 6 of them. You don't have to add the push-up. And again, remember, maybe it's here first with the knees bent. Start to straighten them as you go out. Or maybe it's here. Butt squeeze, shoulders down and back. As you come up full. All right, come up tall. Don't come up, go here, and then, right? What is that? How? Every part of this move is important, right? Every part of it is important. So don't think that top part where you don't think you're doing work is non-essential, like my business, I guess. Oh boy. All right, I think we're at dacho. This is a big dacho, man. All right. I didn't realize the importance of this exercise when I played basketball and we had to do it all the time. But yeah, imagine that's control, right? That's control of your body, right? If you don't have it, what do you have, right? So now, for me, I can't do it with this big of a pad, but right? Start to do that on one foot. Maybe I would have torn my Achilles. Oh, all right, fire hydrant. All right, nothing else in your body should move. Your ankle should be like the farthest joint away from you relative to everything else, right? Because you're keeping your ankle in line with your knee, and your knee is closer to the midline of your body. It's closer to the rest of your body. Your ankle is trailing away. Right? So my knee is relatively close to my wrist. It's relatively close to my elbow, but my ankle is not. That's a crappy one. There we go. Yeah. Your knees to elbows. Make your knees touch your elbows. You young kids, you know who that is? Are we on 6? We're on 6, right? That one sucked. Oh, he's losing it, folks. Bruiser. I don't know how many on that. Bear crawl. So again, these workouts are not gonna kill you. They're here. What am I doing? That's wrong. They're here so we don't go crazy during this time. They're here so you don't lose everything. during this time. Some of you guys, this is going to be a very appropriate challenge for you, and you may come out of this stronger. Some of you guys might be like, I need more. Then why don't you add another round onto it? All right, instead of going to 10, maybe you go to 12. All right, instead of going to 12, maybe you go to 15. I don't know. Side, lateral lunge. All right, maybe you don't have a ton of space. Maybe that lateral lunge is too wide. All right, so short step the back and then come here. So short step the back. So now I'm still getting that lateral lunge, but if I came all the way here, I'd have to go out of the camera, right? Or maybe you don't have enough room in your space, right? Maybe I only have that much space. All right, so I have to short step it, boom, and I can short step it. Last one, side to side. 12, I think, yep. 11, 12. All right, so it's 6. We have 8 and 10 left. And we have 15 minutes. And it's about that time frame. All right, so we should be able to get 8 and 10 done in our 15 minutes. Yo, boom, 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 boom. Lolly. Lilo! 8 next. All right, I'm gonna get a drink real quick and then we'll go. Make sure don't drive in my house. Nope. Landscaping? Is landscaping an essential business? I don't know, man. I don't think so. Alright, dead bug. 8 of them. Here we go. It's getting harder and harder, actually. Squats. Squat, 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 squat. Everybody! Squat, 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 squat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My dog is hilarious. Inchworm. I'm just gonna do it straight. The other thing about exercise is you can make any exercise effective. Because think about it this way. Think about this move that we're doing right now. Can I go a little bit straighter with my legs. All right, can I work on getting them straighter? Yep. Can I work on getting my hands closer to my feet? Yep. Right, does that make the challenge more difficult? Can I work on squeezing harder when I get here? Sure can. Right? So we decide a lot of times to make exercise the easiest task possible. Right? So whether it's push-ups, like, oh yeah, I can bust out 30 push-ups easy. Well, why don't you change it so you can't? Why don't you make it so every push-up you're squeezing in as you're going up and down? Why don't you make it so every push-up you're tightening your abs as much as you possibly can? Why don't you make it every push-up your butt's squeezed, quads are flexed, and you're actually going slower into the descent, and you're grinding the ground as you come up. All right, so all of a sudden now 30 is impossible, but 10, you're dripping sweat. All right, so we decide to take the short route when it comes to any exercise rather than mastering the exercise, a relentless pursuit of mastering that exercise. If we have that pursuit, we get stronger, right? We don't have to pretend that we're lifting this much weight or that we're doing this much weight, because I can talk, people are like, I was shoulder pressing 50, sorry that I'm going on a rant right now. What are we doing, Dacho? If they're like, I'm shoulder pressing 50 pounds or I bench 250, 300 pounds, right? But at the same time, you watch it, they didn't master that bench. They just happened to get 300 pounds to go up and down. Now, is it the same as when that other dude did it, where he's got full range of motion, he's fully under control, and it's just a beautiful artistry and control of the movement. He can move it this way if he wants to, he can move it that way. No, it's just, the fact of the matter is the goal was, this person's goal is to get stronger, but they decide to pretend they're getting stronger by saying they're doing this task, right? Saying they're doing this task. Oh, I shoulder pressed this many pounds, but in reality, that shoulder press wasn't here, right? That shoulder press was here. So, can I say that I did it? Sure. Is it helping me any more than, less weight going here? I do not think so. And science will tell you they don't think so either. Sorry, again, on my rants, fire hydrant. I guess I can't get away from that. All right, because ultimately, I think we all have it a little off when it comes to exercise, right? We take the science and we take what we like from the science rather than what is there, and that's what we use for our justification for everything, right? We don't actually use science, we use what we like from the science, and that's our new programming module. That's our new idea for how we're going to approach this thing called working out. All right, so you pick and choose what you like rather than what definitely works. Ooh, make your knees touch your elbows. Who's that? Everybody should know that one. It's crazy how much you lose when you get injured. Bear crawl. Opposite arm and leg work together. Remember, don't bounce. 2, Cool. Lateral lunge. So, if you look, this side, I'm not very good at. It's funny because there's something called the cumulative injury cycle. And interesting thing, after, I got released from physical therapy, I started developing right hip pain. Right? And I'm like, what is this? Cumulative injury cycle basically is like, once you get injured, which we all do from a very young age, our bodies are basically just trying to fix the injuries, and we develop compensations to fix those injuries. And those compensations basically end up in another injury. So what we're doing with all this, is the whole thing is just chasing fixing ourselves. And that's what all of this is, right? Working out is that when we really get down to the bottom of it, right? Because if that's not what we were doing, if we were not chasing something, then none of us would work out, right? So everyone's doing the right thing from the get-go, from working out. But you need to understand, once you have that ankle injury, you might start developing a knee problem, right? Because your body is already trying to chase that thing, and it changes the way you move, so your ankle doesn't hurt anymore, right? So what happens when you sprain your ankle? Right? That happens, right? And so do you think that unnatural pattern of gait, of walking, starts to develop? You put way too much pressure on this side, right? So now you've got impact in that hip. Same thing when my Achilles happened, right? So an ankle issue is the same thing, right? So you're starting to develop things, dysfunction, from doing those things. So that ankle injury gave this hip or that knee a little bit too much pressure than is optimal for it. So now you're gonna have to catch up on this knee at some point, right? Or on this hip, or on this ankle, right? And when we understand that, these corrective things, and these things that seem pretty boring, all of a sudden now I can buy into, because now I see the usefulness of it. Even though doing this doesn't seem very fun, and it doesn't seem like I'm gonna get ripped doing it, right? Doing that now has a reason, right? Doing exercises where I'm working on balance, right? Now there's a reason there, right? Because if I can get core stability here, and I work on balance here, now because this Achilles made this hip go out of whack, right? If I can control more things through my core, maybe I can develop better athletic positioning again, right? So, long-winded rant. We'll get our 10 here in a second, right? How are we doing? We good? We good? All right, this last round. Last round, 10. I'm gonna speed through it. Hope you do too. We got 5 minutes to do it. I'm gonna shut up this whole 5 minutes, or I'm gonna try to. That's it. That's it. Took a little more than 5 minutes, but that's all right. That's all right. All right, so Dunzo, Sunzo. Take a second, walk it around. And again, you're not going to be beat from that. Right? You're not going to be beat from that. It's just going to be something. Gets you a little blood pumping. Might get you a little sweat going. Right? But, listen. If I'm stuck in a house for 30 days, the only place I can go is the grocery store, and that's the only place I can go, every little bit helps. Right? Every little bit helps. Because I'll be honest, I found myself yesterday kind of not knowing what to do. I'm like, what do I do right now? You know, and I can read, and I'm sure I'm going to get into that. And, you know, I'll probably get into another cert here in a second. But at the same time, I'm like, not everybody's like me. You know, a lot of people don't live by themselves. A lot of people have other responsibilities. So I understand that. I don't. All right, I don't. So my responsibilities lie with you guys. They lie with my dogs. They lie with you guys. So really become good at this stuff. Become good at this stuff, and it will pay you back in what you want anyway, right? We all talk about burning calories and getting stronger and looking better and doing all these things. And those are all great goals to have. I'm letting you know that this is the best way to do that, to get to those goals. Work on being better at this stuff, right? I know you don't care about being better at this stuff, but being better at this stuff will get you the stuff that you care about. All right. T-Crest out.